Have you ever had the feeling that you're too much or that you're not enough? I am going to set you free with this video today, so stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am Leora and I help individuals like yourself to discover and reveal their light within. This feeling of being too much or maybe not being enough is actually an energetic mismatch. There is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that you're doing wrong. So I'm going to explain it in a way that will help free you from ever again thinking that you're too much or not enough, okay? So when we come together, let's take relationships. When we come together with somebody, let's say that there are different types of vessels in this world. And vessels, I mean capacity to receive, okay? And we all have a different type of light. A light in the masses that we're able to give, okay? So we have these two energies going on within us. We can call it masculine and feminine. Our masculine energy is that light, that giving energy, and our feminine energy is that receiving, that vessel energy, okay? So both of them have a capacity. Can we expand these capacities? Yes, definitely. Especially the capacity of the vessel, that is to receive. The light, the giving capacity, we can also expand by actively giving and actively trying to expand our consciousness, come into our true essence, because our true essence is limitless. So we are infinite beings having a very limited experience in this earth. So the more and more we come into that limitlessness of our true essence, the more we'll be able to expand both vessel and light. It has to do with our desire, of course. So if you are meant to come here and you don't have much desire, then that is what creates the expansion of the light and the vessel. So you're going to have to work on your desire. So when I say light and vessel, let's just take, the light is usually a masculine energy, like I said, and the vessel is the feminine energy. So when a woman comes into a relationship with a man, we'll just go with this angle, okay? When a woman comes into a relationship with a man, the man has a vessel to receive her, and she has a light to give. What I see happening very often is that women, and if you've never heard this, listen carefully, because this was a very big eye-opener for me, that women fall in love with a man's potential. Okay, let that land for a second. That women, you can fall in love with the potential of a man. That means that we can see where and what they should be. But if that man is not willing to expand his vessel, then he will not be able to reach that potential. So let's take the analogy now of the vessel and the light and what's going on energetically in this combination. A woman sees the potential in a man and wants to bring him to that potential, but he is not willing to step up and go to that potential and to reach that level that she sees in him. If we take the vastness of the light, let's say we have a 10-gallon container that is filled to the top with water, okay? That is symbolizing our light. And we have a 1-cup container, a vessel to receive that light. Now, if I take that 10 gallons and I pour it into that 1 cup, what's going to happen? It's going to go everywhere. It's going to create chaos. Remember that word. It's going to create chaos. Things are not going to work out. Things are not going to be pretty. It's going to be a mess. Okay? And this is how we create our own messes in our life. So this is where we can come into our self-empowerment by taking responsibility for the messes that we ourselves are creating by energetically having a mismatch of vessel and light. Back to our example. So this 10-gallon of water, this light that this woman has, is trying to pour it into this 1-cup vessel. This 1-cup vessel is, even if this is going on subconsciously, okay? This feminine energy sees the potential in this vessel and says, I'm going to bring you to your potential. You're really a 10-gallon vessel, and I'm going to expand you there. And so it pours and pours and pours, gives light and light and light, where there is nothing, there is no ability to receive the light that she is trying to give. And so what happens is the vessel will start pushing back on this light, on this force that's trying to give to it. It will break, basically. And of course, all of us have this instinct to live and to survive. And so what this vessel does is it can do one or two things. It can shrink back and totally break and leave, or it can start to try to turn off the flow of that light, which is what women experience when a man tries to maybe belittle you, maybe talk you down, maybe try to control you, maybe try to make you dependent on him. He's trying to dim your light. But again, this is not done out of I'm somebody evil and I'm trying to dim your light. It's done because there is a mismatch, and this vessel is trying to recalibrate itself and receive balance again. And this is what I see in relationships constantly. And it doesn't work out. And instead of being truthful and upfront in the beginning to see, okay, this is the potential I see maybe in that vessel and that man in this example, but is he taking steps to actively show me that he's in that potential? Ladies, you've got to realize your light. You've got to realize what your capacity to give is. And then you have got to come together with a vessel who is able to receive you at the level that you are. And I'm not even trying to put one down and exalt the other. It's not that. It's simply a mismatch of energies. There's no compatibility, and constantly people are getting into relationships and trying to force compatibility where there is no compatibility, because maybe in this area it fits or in this area it fits, but overall, this is where we get in tune with ourselves. I know how much light I can give. You have to know how much light you can give. And if you go into a vessel giving that much light, then that vessel's not going to be able to reach its potential, because no vessel can reach its potential when you're forcing. No person can reach their potential by you forcing them to do something. Although you're trying to help them, but from what place are you trying to help them? Because that's not love. Love does not force. Love does not see potential and try to force somebody into standing up to that potential. If we take this just to our children, maybe this will hit home a little better. If we take this to our children, if I'm watching my child put together a puzzle or do a project where he keeps messing up and it keeps falling apart and he's getting very frustrated, for me to swoop in and give light and to fix his situation is not going to help him grow. It's not going to expand his vessel. It's going to shrink his vessel. So what I can do as a mother, watch him. Yes, it's hard to watch somebody fall, especially if it's your child, but you watch him mess up, you watch him fall, you encourage him. I believe in you. You've got this. Think, how can you do this otherwise? You've got to calm down. You've got to come to your center, and you've got to see this from a different perspective. There is an answer here. If there is a problem, there is an answer, and you are the one who is capable to solve it. And if we start approaching our relationships like this, imagine what that does to a man. If you really want to get a man to come into his potential, then draw back your light. Don't force your light upon him. Draw it back. Restrict. Restrict it to see and encourage him. I believe in you, darling. You've got this. You've got the Creator is backing you. You wouldn't be in this position if you couldn't handle this. You know what to do. You've got this in you. Be his biggest cheerleader, but don't solve his problems. For God's sake, don't jump in and solve his problems. Don't jump in and do the kid's puzzle for him, okay? Let him expand his vessel. This is how the vessel is expanded, with restriction. We have to restrict our light. And when I restrict my light and I watch my partner come into his power, either he steps up or he doesn't. And then that's where the illusion gets broken. Because when I keep finding opportunities for him to step up and he never does, that's the truth. That's what the vessel really is. Don't judge it. You don't need to judge it. There's no judgment. It's just, okay, this is what it's showing me. This is what this vessel is showing me when I restrict. Is this something that is meant for me? Is this what I want? And then break free from the illusion and stop trying to put a round peg in a square hole. It's not going to work. Be true to yourself. That's love. Be true to the other person. That is true love. And stop forcing. The more that we stay true to ourselves, the more that we're willing to let go of that which is not aligned with us, the more we will come into our strength, and the more we let others, we free the other person to come into their strength. So ask yourself, why am I holding on? Why am I trying to get this man to fit into my idea, potential of where he should be and where he should go? Without even stopping and saying, is that really what he is? Is that really what he wants? I think it's easier when we think about it with our children, and that aspect, of trying to get your son to go to medical school, although he's an artist and wants to go on stage and sing. It's the same thing within relationships. We don't stop. If you're going to mother your husband, you're going to smother your relationship. You have to stop mothering. You have to stop rescuing. You have to come into your feminine energy of receiving and being his safe haven, being that space where you believe in him and you hold the space, you hold it for him, but it allows him to grow. Because I hear so many times women say, they jump in and solve it because they can see the answer. Just because you can see the answer in the way out does not give you permission to give them the answer or the way out. Do you understand? Extremely important. That does not give you permission to do that. Encourage them. Tell them you believe in them. Tell them they got this. But don't jump in and add the light. Bring the light before they've expanded their vessel. You will hurt them. You will destroy them. And at the same time, you will create chaos. And you will also destroy your relationship.